Alright, so I washed my car about a week ago, and then it rained. So, as you can see, there's definitely some dirt on there, on the wheel wells and whatnot. Even at 4K, it's hard to get stuff to show up on a camera for some reason. But the car is visibly dirty. We even got, some bugs splattered around. And there's some bird poo on top of it. So what I'm gonna do is, using a cheap pressure washer right here. It's a Greenworks $99 pressure washer, and some Adams car shampoo. I used a lot. I used 5 ounces because I'm trying to wash my car without touching it at all. So this is going to be using only a cheap pressure washer that's 1600 psi. I believe it's 1.2 or 1.4 gallons per minute. Yeah, so I'm just going to give it a quick rinse and then hit it with the foam, let it sit for a minute and rinse it off, and I'm just going to let it drip dry. So this is really just the easiest, quickest maintenance wash imaginable, really. So yeah, it's kind of, I just want to test it out and see if it's a viable solution, because I'm sure most people out there don't want to spend hours and hours washing their car, especially if it's still somewhat clean, and then they wait a week and it rains or whatever, so it just gets a little dirty, and then you've got some pollen or random bird poop on it. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for it, and we'll see how it does. Alright, rinse is done. So now I'm going to pop on the can. Alright, that was a bit of a struggle. This is only the second time I've used this any foam cannon, actually. So, took me a minute to get the adjustments right. This thing says turn one way for more and turn the other way for less, and it's basically backwards. So if you turn it towards the plus sign, you get less foam, and if you turn it towards the minus sign, you get more foam. So finally got that dialed in towards the end, and then we finally started getting some really thick foam, and then it actually started coming out of the gun. So I mean, it took a little bit longer than it normally would. A little bit of a trial and error process, you know. It took me a few minutes to even get the foam applied to it, which is about, you know, about as long as you would want to wait for all of the foam to do its job. And luckily the lighting right now is perfect because the sun just went down. So really ideal time to do something like this, especially because I don't plan on doing anything to dry it. I'm just going to rinse it off, and I'm using Adam's car shampoo because of the Obsessed Garage guy. Alright, well, that about does it. I'm not really going to wait for it to dry, because I think it would take quite a while now, because it's starting to cool off and the sun's going down. But this is, you know, the best time of the day to do this. So I showed you the dirtiest part right before, and here's the dirtiest part after. So as you can see, you can definitely still see this buildup here, and I got it all pretty good, you know, and I let it soak in real time, so you still can see some dirt there. So this isn't going to, you know, completely clean your car, obviously. It's car shampoo and average strength, or maybe even weaker than average pressure washer. So you know, you can't expect your car to be perfectly clean after doing that, but you know, all the bugs are gone, you know, and that's largely just because of the water pressure. And overall, I'm really happy with it. I had, you know, the bird poop and a bunch of pollen and a bunch of brake dust on my wheels and dirt, and it got the vast majority of everything off of this. So, you know, I think in between full washes, this is a totally viable solution, and I would recommend it. You know, maybe maybe for something like this, if you're on a budget, get cheaper car wash. You know, just use the cheapest stuff you can find just for one of these where you know you're just gonna, you know, slab it on there and hose it off. And then, you know, use your nicer stuff for when you're actually gonna physically come in contact with it with your wash mitt. But I'm really happy with this result, and I'm gonna do the same thing again. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing this if you haven't washed your car in a really long time, because you know you're just not going to be happy with it. But I'd say, you know, if you keep your car somewhat clean, or if you give it a really good wash and then just do something like this once a week or so, I think, you know, you'll be able to keep your car reasonably clean. I will also link the shampoo that I used and this pressure washer if I can find it online. It was only a $99 pressure washer and like a $10 bottle of soap and like a $22 foam cannon. And you know, you could do this tons of times. So it's definitely cheaper than running it through a car wash. So yeah, again, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more.